there, amazing artists, and welcome back to the channel. Today, we're going to be drawing a whimsical butterfly in Procreate, and I'm so excited to get started with you. Before we jump in, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video if you enjoy it. It really helps the algorithm share this content with more people who love learning Procreate as much as you do. Thank you so much for your support. Now let's get started. Alright, first things first, let's set up our canvas. Tap on the plus on the top right corner, and then we'll tap on screen size. Screen size is perfect for beginners because it fits your device perfectly. Then we can go to layer menu, which is the two squares stacked up each other, and then we can tap on background color. I'm going to choose this color right here, and if you want the exact same colors, you can drop down the description below and the hexadecimals are down there. Okay, so now we're going to go to the wrench and let's turn on symmetry. So how to do that, let's toggle on drawing guide and let's tap on edit drawing guide. Then we can go to symmetry, and then make sure your thing is on vertical, and then we can tap on assisted drawing and make sure it's on. And then we can just tap done right here. And for our first step, we're going to choose our brush. Let's tap on the brush icon right here. And then I'm going to choose a nice brush like this one, the monoline brush, or let's actually go to inking. Let's use the studio pen. Let's do it for black. And then go to our layer menu, make sure assisted is on, and make sure you're on layer 1. And then we can just turn our size down until we find maybe, let's go for 2%, I think is good. And for the first step, let's just make a thin shape for the body of the butterfly. Very easy, just make a lip shape. Just like that. Okay, that looks really good. And then we can tap on the eraser tool to make some edits. So this is something really cool. So if we just hold on our eraser, it will erase with the studio pen. So now if we tap on the eraser, it's the studio pen. But now if I go to the brush library and I want to use the gel pen, for example, I can tap on, hold this on, and then it goes back to gel pen. So let's just use studio pen. And then we can turn down our size a bit and just edit it a bit. So just for the dead ends that we don't like. Just like that. And now for the top, we don't want to make it too pointy, so let's just make it like this. And then let's just make a, oops, it's a bit too big. Let's make a circle shape. Very easy, just plain old circle shape. Just make it more big maybe, just like that. Okay, that looks good. And then let's make our wings. So let's go to the layer menu and then tap the plus and make sure drawing assist is on. So now when we turn on drawing assist, both of the wings will show on different sides. So then we'll just make a wing-like shape. Goes from right here. Then we want to make them kind of like big, but not too big. I think that looks good. And then I'm going to make a little edit just with the eraser tool. Erase this part because I want to make it more, maybe more not so rounded. A bit more, kind of more sharp, but then this part is kind of rounded. Just like that. Perfect. So we have our two wings so far, but I think it's missing something, the bottom wings. So let's make the bottom wings. Just make a plain old, just like this. We don't want to make them too big, so let's just make it like easy shape. Just like that. It might take some time getting the perfect shape, but we want to make it a bit bigger. Just like that, but just want to find the perfect shape. I think that looks good. And then for our edits, we can just go in the eraser tool, and then we can just make it more longer, this part. Just like more thinner, maybe more longer. Just like that. This is looking really good. So now we have a little bit of like extra lines here that we want to erase. So we just erase those just like that. We want it to look clean and smooth. So we can just delete those lines. And I think this looks a bit too pointy, so just make it a bit more rounded. Just like that. Okay, this is looking so good so far. So now we go back to our layer menu and let's make the antennas. So now we just make a spiral shape that goes out and then in a little spiral shape, just like that. Okay, but I think it looks a bit too flat, so let's just make it more rounded, just like that. Okay, this is looking so good so far. Now we're going to add some of the texture to our wings. So let's tap on the layer menu right here, the two squares, and then we can tap the plus. We're going to get a little thinner, just a little bit thinner, like this. I think that's too big. Maybe that's good. I think this is good. And then make sure drawing assist is on. Just tap on the layer and then make sure it's on. And then we just make a shape that goes here. Let's start from the middle. So we can just make the dot right here, and this is where all our lines are going to kind of sprout out from. This is kind of like our main base. So that's how we know everything is going to sprout out from this. Just make little lines, just like that, like that. Doesn't have to be perfect. Very natural. We don't want to make them wiggly though, so don't make them too wiggly. You just want to make them straight, but not too sharp either. Just like that. Over here, this, and I think that looks good. Now for our bottom wings, we're going to make a new layer for that. So we can just tap the plus, just like that. And then we can make a shape that goes over here, that goes over here maybe. One that comes over here like that. Like that. Very natural. Oh, I love butterflies. They're just so stunning and pretty. Let me know in the comments what is your favorite animal, or what type of butterfly is your favorite. Oops, I forgot to turn on drawing assist. So we can just do it again. Actually, oh no, we can just clear it. Just do it, make a new layer, just do it again. But if you turn on drawing assist, that's good. And we just make a swirly shape like that. And remember, this kind of is our base, so we're gonna make all the lines sprout up from this part. So we can just make another line that goes here, and that goes over here, one that goes like that. Maybe one that goes over here. Okay, this is looking so good so far. If you want to fast forward or go back, you can always do that. So if you think I'm going too fast, and we can tap our layer menu. Let's go here and let's merge all these layers together. Now I'm going to go to the eraser tool. We're just going to make it more thinner, like the dead ends, like I said, just like that. Like this part looks kind of messy, so we can just smooth it out a bit. Just like that. Like here, it's kind of coming in. Butterflies don't look like that, do they now? Okay, so we have our basic shape of our butterfly now. So now for the coloring, we're going to use the same brush, or we don't really need the brush, but it's fine. And we can just merge all these layers together now. And then we can tap the plus, drag our new layer under layer 1, tap on layer 1, and make sure it's on reference. So now that it's on reference, we can just drag them in and it will just go in that line art that we made right here. So that's really good. And now for our color, for our first color, we're going to start with the bottom wings. And we can just get this color right here, the dark turquoise color. Just drag it in here. And then make sure drawing assist is on. And then we can just put one over here to get this light color. Put it right here, just like that. Keep drying, then we can tap on continue filling, and then it'll just continue filling. We can get new colors, just go here, and just put it in just like that. But I think I want this, oops, I think I want this wing just to be like, I don't know, just blue themed. I'm just gonna add more of these blues, or maybe I'll add a little pink, just a very light pink, so it's kind of subtle. And then for our top wings, we're going to do the same thing. We're just going to make a, oh, and then as you see this little gap right here, we don't want that to happen. So let's just get pure black and just fill that in right here. Or else if we drag color in here or in a space that's not closed, it's gonna fill out everywhere and we don't want that. So tap on the layer menu again, make sure we go back to this layer. And then we can just tap the plus again for the top one. We can turn on drawing assist. And then this is going to be kind of different than these, but I want this one to be the darkest because in painting, I don't know if you guys know this, but we always start with the darkest and then it goes to the lightest. So we're going to start with the lightest, or darkest, and then we're just going to slowly go on to the next part. Oops. So that's probably why it's not closed right there. So let's go back here, get pure black, and go right here and close it. Just like that. Let's go back to layer 3, and then we can just get the same color. Go here, go to continue filling, and then let's get this very nice turquoise color. And this is looking so good. So now we're going to make, or for this part, we can actually get a dark color like this one, and then get this one. Okay, this is looking so good so far. So now for our body and our head, we're going to make a yellow shape. So let's get this one right here. And just fill it in there. And then we can drag this one in here and put it in the head. Or I think I want it to be a little more subtle. So let's use this one and just drag it in. Just like that. Okay, now for our, one of our steps, we're going to use now shading techniques and adding light and much more. So let's tap the plus, tap the N, and let's go scroll up until we find multiply. Then we can just tap on our layer again, just tap on it one more time, and tap on clipping mask. Now what it will do, if I get this color, it will just be in the butterfly, and also it will get a darker shade of that color. So I'm going to just turn up our size, make sure drawing assist is on, and then we'll just make a shadow shape over here, just like that. Okay, right here too. Everywhere we want to put some shadow, but not in like the middle, just on the edges of the wings. And we're going to do the body too, so also the body. Let's delete this part right here. Okay, and then for our bottom wings, we're going to do the same thing. Add some shadow here, over here, just like that. Okay, and then for this one, and then almost done. But there's just one little more step. And then for the body, we have to add some, of course, just like that. Okay. And this just doesn't look too good, doesn't it? Does not, it doesn't really. So we want to add a little bit of blur to the shadow. So how to do that, we'll tap on the wand icon right here, the adjustments menu, and then we'll tap on Gaussian Blur. And then we'll just scroll to, just slide to the right until we have enough blur of the shadow. So this kind of gives like a glossy effect, so I think I really like this tool. And I think I'm gonna go for, let's go for 7 or 8%. So I think 8 is good. And now we're going to add some light. So let's tap the plus, go to layer 2, then tap the plus, and then we'll tap on the N, and then scroll down until we find add. Then we'll just go and get this color, and just to make a blob right here of white, over here too, on the body, Just like that. Add a lot of light. We want a lot of light. Just gonna add a lot of light, just like that. And then we'll go to the Gaussian Blur, turn up the adjustments, and then go to the Gaussian Blur, and then we'll just blur it. So this really gives off a mystical effect. I really love this tool too. And there, I think that's good. I'm gonna go for 29%. Let's tap the magic wand to get out of that menu again. And now we have some light. Now for the final step, we're going to add some details to our background. So let's go to layer menu, and then let's merge all these layers together. Let's tap the plus, and then we're going to go to the wrench icon, go to add, go to canvas, and then go to edit drawing guide. And then we're going to go for symmetry and use radial. We're going to get this little blue dot here. I'm going to move it up here for our first star. So let's get a white color and make sure drawing assist is on. And then we can just make a star shape, just like that. But we want it to be a star shape, so I think that looks good. But I want it to be not too fat, so let's just make it oops. That's a good size. Oops. Just don't think too much about it. I think that looks good, and then we'll add one right here. Kind of looks like a snowflake, but I think that looks really pretty as a snowflake. And then we'll go to the layer menu, and then we'll duplicate that one. Tap the arrow to move, and then we'll just move it over here. And then I want to add another one over here, smaller one. And now I want to add some glitter effect or shiny effect. So let's tap the plus. We don't need drawing assist for this one. And then we'll go in the brush icon, and then we'll go until we find luminance, the brush pack. And then we'll tap on light pen. And we're going to use white, so we can just make a little sparkles around the butterfly. Just don't think too much about it. Just add little dots, just like that. Add it over here too. I think that really gives off a mystical effect. And we are done. But if you want to make a little bit, you don't want this like star shape right here, we can just go here, turn off drawing guide, and we're done with our butterfly. I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with your fellow art lovers. It really helps your algorithm spread this content to more people who want to learn Procreate, just like you. I appreciate your support so much, and I can't wait to see you in the next video. Happy creating!